What, the women's bracket?
Yeah. So I couldn't find my bracket. I'm like, what's going on? Man.
Whenever you ready.
All this good,
Oh,
all this
okay.
gloomy day
Yeah,
outside.
It's
People having gloomy brackets right now.
right.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
look, I'm getting emotional when you say that. Okay,
don't feel bad. Man. It's just like you growing a beard, man. You ain't
it ain't gonna happen.
But we all agree.
Let's start the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Please welcome
Reggie, Smooth, Little James, Sports Spot, Sports Spot, Sports Spot, Sports Spot.
Welcome to the Sports Spot. I'm Smooth with the 5 O's. Thank y'all for joining in. This is Sports Spot, your all sports talk in one spot. And to my right, you already know who we got in the house.
Yeah,
Bo knows
yeah.
his history.
That's
Nothing
right.
else.
Hey, watch your mouth now. Watch your mouth.
And to the left of me, you know what I'm saying? We got that our main man, Lil J, in the house.
How y'all doing? Good to be with you guys.
All right.
Yeah, we got a good show for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? We're going to shoot a shout out to Reggie. Hope you out there winning, bro.
Because if you're
Yeah.
losing, we're going to talk about you next show.
Yeah, you need to bring some highlights back. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You swinging that golf club, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Have to hit that top golf and see what you can really do. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to get this show popping. We're going to get this show started because we got some things to talk about. Because there's
Absolutely.
some feelings hurt. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we decided to do our brackets and everything to see who really knows what's going on. And the
Right,
good
right.
doctors showing y'all what's going on.
Right.
I wish Reggie was here though because you know what I'm saying. I wanted to see what his bracket was looking like. But we're gonna start off with the women's side first.
All right.
You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
I'm gonna tell y'all, the women's game. I keep telling people is exciting.
It
If
is.
you're not watching
I've been
women's
following
basketball,
women's all season
yeah,
long.
Something's wrong. Women's
Yes.
basketball is
Yes.
exciting. You guys, man, I mean, they playing harder. They got girls.
Oh,
that
yeah. Can't
basically
hoop.
hoop. I mean,
Yeah.
Juju
Talent.
Watkins.
Yeah.
You know.
man, the little baby from Notre Dame
yeah.
and
The-
Becker
the
from
Galdo.
Connecticut. You
Go
know,
Irish.
Delgado or
Got-
something like
yeah,
that.
man,
Yeah.
come
Definitely
on.
go Irish.
Man, they be balling, man.
Paige Booker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's so many. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't even sit here and try to name, you know, because it's been some good ball playing going on. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people's feelings is hurt right
And
now.
South Carolina got a pro team.
Oh, man, you already know. a young pro team.
A
at
young
that,
pro
you know what I'm
team.
saying?
Yeah.
They best players leave, they still win.
Right.
And they kind of scared me earlier, though.
Yeah.
Indiana was trying to give it to them that first half.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
like, come on, like what?
Yeah.
But then I had to think about the last year though, when they played.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty much the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Indiana hung around that first half or whatever, that second half, and man,
Yeah.
putting them ooh-wee knots on their head. But
Right, yeah.
they tried to fight back at the end. though. I
They
gotta give
did.
it to them. They tried to
They
fight back
did.
at the end.
They did.
Well, see, that's the irony of, college, sports or whatever, is predominantly basketball, football. I mean, you don't know, man. A team can have their best game at the right time.
At the right time.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the fun. That's the nature of it.
You
man.
know,
That's
it's
what I
kind of like, you heard the expression, any given Sunday.
Any given
You know,
Sunday.
for
Yeah,
football,
absolutely.
It's the same thing with NCAA.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna be honest though, to teach y'all how to pick for the women. You know what I'm saying? You have to know what team is what. Because
Right.
It ain't no Cinderellas
No.
really in the female game right now.
No.
Well,
if you a
obviously-
top seed, you best put your money on the top seeds, cause
Right.
Because them the ones that got the
Right.
players. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got some of those schools that they have maybe one or two good players, but they don't have a lot of players like men's basketball, where you got guys who could maybe cut the curriculum, academic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At a
Right.
Division
Right.
I school or
Right.
something like that.
Right.
So
Right.
they at these other little smaller schools, and these boys is balling.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
where you get them. That's where you get them bubble
Yeah.
busters at, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
people don't know who they are until they
Yeah.
get into the tournament, and then you see that.
Yeah,
oh,
like a few years back in men's college men, you had Loyola of Chicago, whatever, and they was giving boys
Yeah.
business, and they
Yeah.
still pretty good. They had a
Didn't they
big
get to
guy.
the Final Four?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
I
did.
think they did.
They went to the Final Four. I
Yeah.
picked them to win it all that year.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's funny though, but we're gonna jump on these brackets real quick. 'Cause,
All right.
let's see.
Which one? Men or women?
We're gonna start with women first.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna start with women first, cause okay, let's see. I think I'm still looking good with the UCLA area. You know what I'm saying? Because I got UCLA gonna beat Richmond today.
Okay.
That's gonna be a nice little dub right there. So I'm gonna be good there. Oh man, it didn't go into my bracket. Hold on. I played too much. It didn't give me my bracket. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me find my bracket.
All right.
It played the funnies on me real quick.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well, I got the.
Who you got? Let's go start on your side.
Where'd you start at? UCLA?
Yeah, we going towards the Sweet 16 now. Who's gonna be the games today?
Oh, I
Who you
got UCLA in the
Okay.
Sweet 16.
That's smart. That's smart. Who you got playing against them?
Georgia Tech. And they lost.
Yeah, they
So
got
they'll
their
be playing
knuckles
Richmond.
stuck. Yeah, they gonna dog that Richmond.
Yeah.
But have y'all seen some of the points differentials though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Who,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Ain't no really no
Who was that? Somebody got South Carolina beat somebody like 105 to
Yeah.
40.
something.
43. Yeah.
But the thing is, UCLA, I guess my mic ain't where it needs to be. Y'all get a chance to see the super producer real
this
quick.
is where these players need to step up, you know.
Yeah,
That's
definitely,
where
definitely.
all you heard about them all season long.
it's-
Juju
yeah.
Watkins, Paige Bucher, all these the high profile players.
Yeah,
This
the ones
is
that
where
getting
they
that good
step
NIL money.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what that is. These are the ones that's getting that good NIL
Yeah.
money.
Right.
Are they paying the college girls like they are paying the college men?
Yeah.
Same
Yeah,
kind of
they-
cash?
That's why a lot of the
Oh,
girls
wow.
from, that was playing last year, you know what I'm saying, they didn't want to come out because it's like
They're getting paid.
they making more
Yeah.
in college than they are in WNBA. Yeah.
Right. Now that's good. That's
Right.
That's really good.
And that's the same way with the men, because a prime example, if you think about last year, Armando Baycock from North Carolina, that was his 5th year, but he stayed because he was getting the NIL.
Yeah, he making more.
But
And then, now he's already a millionaire going into the league.
League, yeah.
You know.
He already said he ain't hurting for no money.
Yeah, I think that's phenomenal because it keeps the kids wanting.
And
to
that's
stay-
what he
to
told
stay
R.J.
unless you're
Davis
special.
to do. R.J.
If
Davis.
you're special like your Cooper Flags and stuff like that, you might want to explore more options. But still, I would.
No, Cooper Flag one and done.
I know, but still, that's what I'm saying though. If
And
you're
he getting
special
NIL money.
or whatever.
And that's what I was great. Go ahead. I know what you said.
I,
No.
would- I would rather if it was me or whatever, because development is key. We talked about Bronny's son, past couple of weeks ago or the past week or so, and we talked about his development or whatever. It's kind of unfortunate that he's developing in the pros or whatever. And like you said, if he would have won a couple
But
of years,
you know what?
2, maybe 3 years of college, he would have had that season under his belt.
You know what?
I think would have
I
been that
think
much
his
dynamic.
progression is right on target.
Me too.
Right now.
I agree,
You
and
know,
that's what he said.
I think he's developing into a good player. To me, he's already a good player. He just, being LeBron's son, he's coming with all this baggage, not because of him, but because of the media. You
Right,
know, so,
right.
But
We have somebody
Oh.
chiming in.
Debbie Walker.
She have to go with her
I have to go
homies.
with my homies from
the
Say in
big.
South Bend, Indiana.
All
That's what I'm
right,
talking
we ain't
about.
mad at-
Notre
I ain't
Dame,
mad at-
baby.
Always go Irish, Notre Dame. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, but when they
me
run
too.
up against South
Go
Carolina,
Irish.
it's a done deal.
That's a
Stick a
smart
fork
per-
in them, they done.
That's a
Wait,
smart.
wait,
That's a
wait,
smart
wait,
lady,
wait,
man.
wait,
That's a
wait,
smart
wait.
lady. Going
Yeah,
with
they
Notre Dame.
they
That was
gonna
a
beat
great
South
pick.
Carolina in the Final Four.
That was a great pick, Debbie.
But-
And you were spot on with that one. Go Irish.
That's going to be a good game. That's all I
Yeah.
can say. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I can't take nothing away from Notre Dame.
No, I'm not
them
taking
girls be
anything
balling.
away from them,
And
but
South Carolina is definitely good. Their bench is one of the
Woo!
most deepest benches in girls college basketball right
Yes.
now. Because they got, every position, they got them
everybody on
subs
their bench can start.
can start. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the advantage they have
Mm-hmm.
over most teams. You know what I'm saying? But
Like I said, they're a pro team in college.
yeah, But UCLA is I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's the one y'all better watch out for.
Yeah,
Because them girls, because they didn't beat South Carolina, and I think they beat Notre
USC.
Dame too. Yeah, UCLA. UCLA be balling, man.
But I'm glad everybody's getting
But,
paid in the world of
but
sports
have
from
they
a
been in
college
this
perspective now.
situation?
pretty
When's the
good.
last time they've been in this situation?
Nah,
You know,
but we
as
not-
far as a tournament.
We're not
and
gonna
the
run
pressure.
into Notre Dame until the Final Four, man.
Say
It says,
what?
thank you, Curtis Nelson, for watching.
You what?
They
Thank
not,
you,
we
Curtis Nelson, for watching.
We're not gonna run into Notre Dame until the Final Four, though. So we good. You know what I'm saying? By then, it's enough basketball being played. Somebody
Who,
might not-
UCLA?
No, South Carolina. Notre
That's
Dame.
what
yeah.
I said. When they run into,
Yeah.
that's going to be a
Who
game.
do you think will come out of that? You think
I
we
think
got
I'm
what it
picking
takes?
South Carolina to win the whole thing.
It's hard to even say.
You know, on the women's side.
Because
Now-
any
now
one
the-
of them two could get hot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Duke and South Carolina gonna end up bumping heads at some point. That's gonna be the game too, because they done played each other several times already, and they know each other's style of play. And I'm gonna
Right.
tell you now, Duke girls ain't no joke either.
No.
Them girls can ball.
No.
They could definitely ball.
Yeah, they number 2 in the East. Mm-hmm. Is that East region? East region?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they got them by regions. Region
By the
2.
regions, yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see. Who am I looking for? We was on the UCLA side. We didn't jump the wrong side.
UCLA?
We get the going, boy, and it'd be like, yeah, because, okay.
You got NC State.
UCLA, and I got them going. I got Baylor. I think they messed me up because they lost.
Don't count out LSU.
Well, LSU was cool, man. I'm going to be honest with you. They got a
Yeah.
good squad.
Yeah.
But they ain't
But-
been as strong as
No,
they normally
they haven't.
be, You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't know.
But I picked them to be in my Final Four, too.
I didn't pick them.
Yeah.
I already knew
I
because
picked
during
them
the
going
season,
against you.
During the
UCLA.
season, they couldn't beat none of the top teams. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The top 5 teams. They couldn't beat South Carolina. They can't beat UCLA. They ain't got enough bigs to beat UCLA. So I know they're not gonna beat UCLA. You know what I'm saying? It's certain
My
teams.
bad. I meant my Elite 8.
Yeah,
That's where I got them
it's
going.
certain teams that's
And then
in
they
it,
get beat
you know
by
what I'm saying?
UCLA.
Because like they got to play Florida State next. They might not even beat Florida State. I'm going to be honest with you. They good. Florida State has got a decent team.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? They not no kick in the bucket type of squad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They all play in the same division. You know what I'm saying? So I could see that, but they going to run into North Carolina State. That's where LSU going to have their problems if they end up meeting North Carolina State. You know what I'm saying? Because NC State, you know,
Yeah.
they was in the Final Four
That's
last
why I
year.
got them in the Elite 8.
You know what I'm saying? So to really think
Very
that
well,
I mean, the
LSU
Sweet
gonna make it to
16.
the Final Four?
She says,
I'm gonna
she
be
says
honest
South
with-
Carolina's fired. She's right about that, too.
No,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she's right about
Yes.
that, too, Debbie.
Definitely.
yes, I'm picking them to
Indeed.
win it all.
I really want to, but they didn't beat UCLA in the, you know what I'm saying, the season.
But like I said, any given Sunday.
Any given
you know,
Sunday,
you
you're
know,
right,
that's-
but I ain't gonna lie. You,
know,
gotta think about it.
and
UCLA,
you know,
really,
South Carolina know how to elevate their game. They've
Oh,
been
yeah.
there.
Oh,
What,
but
4 out
they-
of the last 5 years?
but UCLA got some good.
3 out of the
players.
last 4, I mean.
They've been basically number 1 the whole year. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? Until they ran into USC.
Right.
Juju.
Juju.
And Juju
Juju
put that
Watkins.
juju on them, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So that's when
She's really good.
That's the only team that has beat UCLA.
Yeah.
If USC would have
Didn't they
never beat,
split?
yeah. Well, they didn't get one until they didn't get them back until the conference, the
Right.
Big Ten championship. That's when they kind of slid on them a little bit. But yeah, man.
So let me ask you something. Does the Pac-10 actually exist anymore?
It does, but it don't really. You know what I'm saying? Because with the girls, I guess it do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Certain
'cause-
sports and stuff, it does. But
I mean,
as
like,
far as like,
Because everybody
football-
jumped from the Pac-10
Yeah,
to the Big Ten. Or
Yeah.
the Pac-12 or whatever
I
it
mean,
is.
you,
Yeah.
it's hard to really say. Man.
Right.
You know, they was just talking about combining the for the men combining the Big East with the ACC. You see what I'm saying? Which I think would be a decent idea. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it being a bad idea. Now they can play, it's more teams.
What's the purpose, though? I mean, because
they got to generate this money and
they're generating
but
more money than the pros.
But you got to understand, it's different generational money when it comes to each sport. The basketball program ain't got the money the football program got.
No.
It's a totally different. And see, when the football program started doing that type of stuff.
From a collegial standpoint.
Yeah. When they started, combining these, things like with the Big Ten. You know what I'm saying? When they done brought USC and Oregon and all, they just didn't generate. That's to help them teams generate. You know what I'm saying? Because they wasn't generating the money they needed to playing for the Pac-12. You see what I'm saying? So now that's why they all then came over to the Big Ten, because the Big Ten, you already know. You're going to get that business. You're going to get that work. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they did that, which I think was smart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because now when you look at football, look how interesting college football was.
Man.
It was nice.
But it's always like that for men's. It's been like that for women's, but it hadn't been for a while or up until, now the last couple of years or whatever. But, I mean, everybody looks forward to, the tournament, you know what I'm saying, NCAA tournaments or whatever, from a collegial standpoint. And it's awesome to watch, man, because, I mean, that's why they call it March Madness or whatever, because you just don't know or whatever. You can say, one seed can get beat by a ninth seed.
So, I mean, just like my sheet, I only missed 2 so far.
I know, that's awesome.
And that's good.
That's for the girls.
For the girls.
Yeah.
But at the same time, say all of mine make the Sweet 16, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, next week, I might only get 2.
That's the nature of madness, man. March Madness.
March
That's what I'm
Madness.
saying.
Now, when you start looking at the numbers 1 through 5, I'm going to say 1 through 6 with the girls.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's pretty tight when you get to them areas right there.
Yeah.
And that's when it gets, like I said, the 16 and the 8, you know what I'm saying? That's when it really gets tight when it comes to choosing who's going to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the matchups totally different, start getting different, and you might get somebody that's a 5 going against a 1 or a 2 that's the match is up better with them, you know what I'm saying? And
it's all about
they might
matchups.
knock them off,
So that's true.
That's when you can really, start looking and be like, okay, now who you got compared to who they got, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's your numbers compared to that? Yeah, and that's when you can really, that's when it gets more like men's basketball then, because you got the best of the best now.
Yeah, you got
the
the
king
best
of the
of the
crop.
best. Absolutely.
Right.
So for anybody who got a girl bracket and you ain't got everything good going into the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8, something is wrong. Because if you thought the underdogs was going to win, sorry for your thoughts, because you don't get paid for thinking, I guess.
I feel kind of bad. I can't reference my documents or whatever, because I had them, but I just didn't fill them out or whatever. It kind of, was busy, but I knew the teams that I was going to pick, so I could still talk about the teams or whatever, because some teams stick out to you and then some teams don't or whatever. But at the same time, it'd be the teams that don't stick out sometimes prevail.
Because I'm going to be honest, we ain't said nothing about Texas yet. Texas got a good
Right.
squad.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They girls is be balling. They got to play Illinois, which I think they should pretty much dog walk Illinois. I ain't going to even lie. But the Tennessee-Ohio State is going to be interesting. 3 new teams coming to the WNBA, Portland, Sacramento, and Toronto. Oh, okay. I didn't know nothing about that.
Join us, man.
Thank you for putting
Well,
us on
Debbie,
with
you
that.
need to come and join us,
I'm going
Debbie.
to have to
You need
look,
to come
I'm
and
gonna
check
check that out.
You need to
What
come
they
and join
put
us.
up,
You
I
know your
missed it.
sports.
It's weird that I was thinking that, though, the other day. Like, man, they need some more teams.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, exactly.
And for her to put that up there, for that to be said, then I guess, hey,
it's
it's
good.
time. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We need to put our money together and get us a team.
Yeah,
y'all.
you ain't
know,
lying,
find one of
well.
these little states that ain't got no ball team.
Right.
See what we can
Right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the women's game get ready to come up.
do. But that's good
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
Debbie.
Because now you
Getting
got
ready to come. It's coming.
No.
up. It's
because,
here.
Because I'm in the fact of now you got more NBA players stepping up for them now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
they
saying?
speak-
Speaking
yeah,
out about,
exactly.
what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Because
So-
you're starting to see more, WNBA, players, coming to the game, sitting in the crowds amongst with some of the big guys, some of the top dogs in the sport or whatever, sitting there and, You know, and
Which they should have been doing.
it's awesome how you can learn because it's two different prospects, but the same prospect from a men's style of play and a women's style of play or whatever. So
Right.
knowledge is being driven, all sorts of ways. I think that's amazing.
Right, definitely, because it's getting ready to, especially with the Caitlin Clarks coming in. And,
Oh, man.
and within the next
Yeah.
year or two,
Man,
you know what I'm
there's some
saying? Juju
ballers.
gonna be up
Yeah,
in
man.
there
There's some
and all
ballers.
them, man.
Yeah.
It's getting ready to get. I think this is Becker's last year, so.
Yeah, I think she's the fifth year.
Yeah, I think this is her
Yeah.
last year, so she's
And
gonna
you-
be in the
and
draft
UConn?
going in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think she's the fifth
these
year.
new squads that they get ready to put in there, get ready to get some nice players.
Some nice
you know what I'm
players,
saying? So
man,
they might
yeah.
step up on the
Right.
game.
Right.
When it's time. Now, I'm going to tell you, though, I was sitting here looking. TCU, they going to bump heads with Notre Dame next. Because I got TCU winning. They supposed to beat Louisville. You know
Did
what I'm
they?
saying? They should. They playing right now. They should beat Louisville. You know what I'm
What
saying?
score? You know what the score is?
17-13 right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's
it's
first
just
half.
early.
Yeah.
In the beginning. So.
First quarter.
But here it is right here. This is the one I was looking for. The UConn and Arkansas State yesterday. 103
To 34
to
points.
34.
Yeah.
103 to 34.
Basically, they left that team for dead.
Man. This is what I was saying about, you know what I'm saying, ain't no Cinderellas in
Yeah.
women's basketball.
Right.
because,
They didn't let up either, it seems
man, I mean, that's a beat down. I mean, I know the South Carolina put a beat down on,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
that right there, that was that was like
Yeah,
them
I
playing
saw
against a
that.
high school squad
Yeah,
or
exactly.
something, bro.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
freshman high school squad.
like. I mean, that was bad, man.
yeah, that was.
When you get beat like that, you question should you even be in a tournament setting.
Man.
When you get beat that bad.
But the
But, I
women's
mean, that's
game
the
is
way it
hard to chew.
happens.
Yeah, because they just like they was fussing about North Carolina shouldn't have been at the boys. You know what I'm saying? Which
Yeah.
I felt like they shouldn't have. They didn't win enough significant games during the season. You know what I'm saying?
But see, when you have those big market teams or whatever, that's why I used to always say about certain teams, how are they there and only won 2 games and they never won seed? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it seems like it's like unfair because, they're
You
just
know, you
going
say
off
they
the
did-
certainties of what they did in the past or whatever that makes them that rank. But how do you rank when you don't play enough games like that?
Yeah. But didn't they have a winning record, North Carolina? It wasn't like they were.
I mean, they had a winning
they
record,
were
but
16-16 or 15-15.
okay, but you just see like the game I was just talking about. You know what I'm saying? They should have, you know what I'm saying?
They should have beat
They wasn't.
Mississippi.
They
The only
wasn't winning
thing-
like
the
that.
only thing.
The boys, man, North Carolina boys, man. Look at here. When they came up against big competition, they didn't step up to the plate, bro. They was getting mollywopped,
Right.
like bad.
Right.
Bad. You got to think about it. Out of
But
ACC,
you know what?
it was only 3 teams
But
that was in.
Yeah.
So
And
really,
you
what
have
they
to
did was they
understand.
put North Carolina in there to have at least 3 or 4 teams
Yeah.
in the tournament to make it good for them. Because Duke really should have been the only one in there. Honestly speaking,
Yeah.
Duke should have been
From
the
the
only
ACC.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody else got bounced out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they didn't prove a point at all of needing to be there. I'm sorry that a school got pushed to the side because of them. Sorry, Carolina players.
hey.
Hey,
watch your mouth, man.
I
You know,
love.
I'm a big North Carolina fan.
I'm a Tar Heel fan.
Oh, okay.
But you see the way I said it
Right.
about them. Sorry, it hurt my feelings.
Yeah. The only
Man.
that young
That
freshman
North
Ian,
Carolina,
Ian,
that
what's
North
his name?
Carolina Duke, man, I love that rivalry right there.
Yeah.
When them 2 teams play, I love that
Yeah.
Right.
rivalry.
Oh,
right
me
there.
too. Me
It
too.
wasn't a rivalry this year.
Yeah,
No,
it
it
wasn't.
wasn't.
They got put out before they knew
What,
they were in the
man?
tournament.
Come on, man. Duke
Carolina.
dog walked
It
them so bad, man.
Yeah.
So I think we all looking pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Because USC
Oh,
gonna
from
end
the
up,
women's?
Yeah, because Mississippi State ain't gonna be USC. I already know that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It looks good on paper, but USC. get
Anything
ready
could
to-
happen. That's why they call
Hey,
it March
man.
Madness, man.
Jew.
Right.
That's all you got to say
What
about
she
all I
had?
gotta
What she
say.
had
Yeah.
the other night?
Man, I can't even remember. But Jew is all I can say.
Say, right.
You know what I'm saying? She that young girl bad, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
she
good.
is.
She is bad, man. Be balling. you don't see too many cute girls balling like boys.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm not being funny or nothing, but
that's true.
But
I
they
mean,
more-
'cause
they more
you
tomboyish
can think
now.
about,
they more-
yeah, you
little
think
bit.
about somebody like
Yeah,
Shamika
yeah.
Holsclaw.
Yes,
Yeah.
she was real cute.
You,
and ball- you know what I'm
you
saying?
can look at him so
No,
quick. One,
no,
she's
no,
a
no,
beast
no.
because look, you know what I'm saying.
Shamika
You don't wanna-
Holsclaw wasn't
without
cute,
no
man.
disrespect,
She
you know what I
wasn't
mean?
From Tennessee.
She didn't look bad.
Man, that girl look ugly.
I'm trying to
as
think.
shit,
Maybe I'm
man.
thinking about somebody else.
You might be thinking of Candace Parker.
Parker, that's whose
Yeah.
face I'm picturing when
Yeah.
you said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
But
Candace.
I know the name though. So hold
Yeah,
on,
she
I'm
was
trying to
with
remember what she
Tennessee.
looked like.
She
I
played
just
with.
can't maybe that's why I can
Yeah.
remember Parker because Parker was a
Right.
cutie.
Yeah, still you. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you know,
but,
some of you like,
yeah.
man, I know she can
Shamika
hoop because I can
Holsclaw,
tell the
she
way
look-
she looks, she can hoop. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
But the
yeah.
little pretty girl come out there like
Yeah,
she should
that
be
girl
playing the
look
piano
like
or something
Freddy
like
Krueger or
that.
somebody.
And come out there.
Oh man, but now the game is evolving. I'm glad to see these young girls is you know they can keep their femininity and still you know what I'm saying
Yeah.
Be
go
able to
out
be out there compete.
and compete. You know what I'm saying on a high level
Yes.
at that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying. So
I still
with
have
the-
this.
with the-
I still have this thing about women with a lot of tattoos. That just gets
that
under
ain't-
my skin.
Yeah,
Women with a lot of what
Yeah,
now?
tattoos.
A lot of tattoos.
Oh yeah, me. That's
Yeah,
I mean,
because
yeah,
they,
you know.
they
fan of
look so
tattoos
mannish.
either.
Now that's one part of the aspect from the women's side. I think they should just leave that to the men, but they're not. Man, I see one or two, but when you got your whole sleeve done and
Man.
all on your neck and stuff like that or whatever, I think
Yeah.
that's a bit.
George Everett, Bo will get upset about North Carolina.
All right, brother. All right.
He
I'm
good.
already emotional, brother.
He good. He
Yeah.
good. He good.
I'm already emotional.
All right,
Okay.
let's jump over here to this men's side real quick
Right,
so we can
right.
get that out the way.
You want to give a shout out to Foreman?
I know y'all
Before we-
can't
before
see
we
it.
forget
Look
about
like
it,
a
we'll do
blank
that later.
sheet, but there are a whole lot of red marks on my bracket, okay? More red marks than green marks, okay?
Well, I'm a little butthurt. You know, my Gonzaga, they got beat. I wanted Gonzaga to go further.
I think we was having that conversation
But-
last show.
But St. John's out of there too. Yeah, we was. He said they were gonna, he said that Texas was gonna beat them. Right. He said Texas was gonna beat. He said they can get past them.
You know what I'm saying? They
I
didn't.
chewed you out because I thought they were, man.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
bro. But I get what you
Didn't
were
you
saying.
have,
They-
didn't you
they
have
wasn't as good
Gonzaga
as
winning it all?
Well, I had Gonzaga making it at least to the Elite Eight.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to make it to the Elite Eight, but unfortunately, you know, it didn't happen.
But they
But they put
tried
up a fight
to come
though.
back.
Yeah, they was only down. Yeah, they only was down
Yeah.
by. They only lost by 5, but
Yeah,
a loss is a loss.
But
you know.
in the second half, you expended a lot of energy trying to get back into
up,
the game.
man.
Into the game
You
or
know?
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You expended
what
a
I
lot,
said.
and they were down by what, 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the first half does set the tone. You can't go into the second half of the game down by 15 or 20 points to a team that's
Right.
capable of beating you flat out. You know, you have to poise at least. You know, if you're down about 5 or 10 points, okay, I can see hope. But when you're down 20, it's going to take you too much to
Right.
fight back. Or you have to work hard on. You have to exhibit a lot of defense, or whether it's going to make you tired for offense. But by the time you get back in the game, you're drained.
Oh yeah, takes a
Right.
lot of energy rubbing
Yeah.
up down that court.
Yeah.
So
Right.
who you got for the Sweet 16, man?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about it. That's how bad my seed is.
Well, I
Yeah.
got Auburn and Texas A&M.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Which I think they did play. Who did they play yesterday? No, that was Creighton they beat last night. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
so I'm good there.
Yeah, I got that.
I
No, I don't.
I got Iowa State, which Iowa State is still good for me. You know what I'm
So
saying?
Michigan beat Texas A&M, didn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
no,
yes,
I'm not
yes,
good there.
yes.
I
Yes,
had them.
yes, yes.
I had.
Oh no, you know something?
Yeah.
You right. No.
Yeah, I had Auburn
no.
playing
I had Texas
Texas
A&M and
yeah.
Auburn, but nah, Michigan.
Michigan
It's
gonna-
Michigan and
Michigan,
Auburn.
Auburn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yep. So
You
I'm one good.
Do you guys think
I'm one
Michigan
up
can beat
still.
Auburn? I think Auburn gonna
Texas,
beat them like a
man.
drum.
You're half a
It's
game
about to-
up, okay? We'll go half a
Have a
game.
game up. Yeah, nah, Michigan.
y'all-
ain't
so
gonna-
y'all
Michigan,
picking Auburn?
Michigan got a decent team, but I don't think they're
Nah,
gonna
they're
beat
not gonna
Auburn.
beat Auburn.
Nah, big boy in the middle is great. Let him know,
Yeah.
you know, because he could. That's one thing I like about him. He can shoot inside and outside. You know what I'm saying? He
Whatever
got-
happened to old boy from North Carolina
Shout out to
State
I'm
last
sorry.
year? Whatever happened to what was his name? The big boy for North Carolina State last year.
Oh, he ain't playing no more. Didn't nobody pick him up?
Oh, really?
Right. But let me give a shout out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Before we jump back into this, to Selman. I want to say your name right. Burhan. Thanks for watching, subscribing. South Africa. Okay, thank y'all
All
for
right,
tuning in.
all right, all right,
man. Yes,
Like
sir.
Tell
that,
everybody to
appreciate
watch,
it.
man.
Yeah.
Get up, your
Yes.
ratings up, man. Appreciate you.
Hit the subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? So that way you
Yes.
can catch us every Sunday.
Yeah,
Every
exactly.
You can see the beard.
The beard, yeah.
I wish y'all could see the shirt I got on, you know what I'm saying?
My
I
beard's
gotta-
coming. My beard's
yeah,
coming too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yours
But
is a
What's it
little
say?
grayer than mine, so.
Black,
bald and
and
bearded.
bearded.
Black
That's right. Smooth with the 5 O's.
But I do must say something because I wasn't really watching it.
Black, gray, and
It got hair.
baby
You're right.
But before you, I want to say this because I didn't really know much about Duke because I wasn't watching them. It's not one of my, but sort of I've been watching them or whatever. And
You ain't been watching Duke?
I haven't been watching them, man, to be
Ooh.
honest with you. And I'm like, I watched him, man. I'm like, man, this kid really is who
I've
he
been
say he is.
watching
He
him
can
just
play.
because of
He can
Cooper
really
Flag.
play.
Yeah.
He's definitely
Because
fundamentally
a lot
sound,
of
and plus he
knowledge.
has great court vision. He can pass the ball. He can shoot. He can throw alley-oops or whatever. He can cause a disruption in
He's a
the
floor
offensive
general.
swing.
But like
He's
we
definitely
were,
a floor general.
But like we were talking earlier, you still got Proctor, you got Nipple.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they got
Yeah.
they got a
They got a
got a
complete
squad.
They got a squad because that little dude, the Afro kid, I call him, what's
Yeah,
Proctor.
Proctor.
He doesn't miss. He
He's
doesn't
from
miss.
Australia.
Yeah,
he's
he
no
balls.
joke.
Yeah.
He and plus he has skills. He can dribble. He can, he can create plays and stuff like that. He's really good, and he's quick.
And the thing about Cooper Flag, I'm gonna tell y'all who he reminds me of. He reminds me of Luka Doncic, but a
Yep.
much faster
Yep.
pace player than Luka
Yep.
Doncic.
It is. Yep.
Think about it, because he shoots from the outside. He don't have a problem with going to dunk.
And
on
he's
you.
a floor
moving-
general.
He's a
He's
floor
a floor
general.
general.
He knows how to move that ball
Yeah,
around.
he
But
does.
he remind me of Grant Hill.
I ain't ready to go that far with it.
I can. See,
Yeah.
I can
He
see.
remind me of Grant
'cause
Hill.
I can see that, but Grant
Grant was good in college, you know what I'm saying, but his skills really showed once he got
In the
to
pros.
into the pros. to
I
the
mean,
NBA.
but I understand what.
But you know, that's just a natural progression.
Right.
You know, you think
Yeah.
Grant Hill was in
But I can
college
see
40
Grant Hill.
years
You got to
ago.
think about who
but
Grant Hill
the
played with too.
progression,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Christian
I can
Laettner and
see-
all that. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it was a different, type of little situation. They had
Yeah,
a more
but these players are more athletic
because
and,
most of they,
and-
I think
and
all
bigger,
they,
stronger,
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
think all
like
they
that.
first.
So,
But
they
from
started
what I-
off went to the NBA.
But like
not
you said-
enough WNBA jobs. Stay in college and get that education.
Oh, definitely.
Amen to that. I just was saying that. Amen to that. That was a smart comment. Thank
Yeah.
you for that, because I just was saying that or whatever. Yeah, Debbie,
Yeah.
you should come on and join us, Debbie, because you know what you're talking about or whatever. You should come and
Yeah.
join us
And
or
the,
whatever.
and the thing is, once they start getting more money in the WNBA,
Yeah.
I think the girls will start, trying to be more like the men.
Yeah, 'cause their
But
average
they're gonna put
salary
that
is
stipulation on it though, like they did the boys,
100,000.
because once LeBron's them, that grade level, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They came in straight out of high school. They stopped letting them come straight out of high school. You still had to do at least 1 year
I'm
of college
glad.
Yeah.
before you could go. They won't let them come straight out.
I'm
out
glad.
of
I
high
wish
school
they
and
would
all
put it
play
at
no
2
more.
years of college.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It should be a
Yeah.
tone set. I think that at least 2 years of college. But before we move on with but boy, I do see what you're saying or whatever from Cooper Flag. I do see flashes of Grant Hill in him too as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that he's a better floor general. I think he could, if he's not as good as Grant Hill was.
But Grant Hill wasn't.
Yeah,
forward.
yeah.
He was
No, he
a
was not.
forward.
That's
Now,
what I'm saying,
everybody-
yeah.
See, the
But what I'm
difference
saying is
between
that-
Grant Hill and the guys back then, you actually had definite positions.
Right.
Yeah.
Now
But
in the
Cooper
league
Flag is a
now,
big body, though.
in-
He's not a- he's
in
not
the
a
league
center,
now
you
in
know,
basketball
No,
now.
he's a small.
He's a small forward.
I think
yeah.
he plays a small forward.
But that's what I'm saying. He's
but
better
he can
than-
play power forward. He can
forward,
play.
yeah.
he can
But you
play
got all
shooting
That's what
guard,
I'm saying,
guys,
point
guard,
guys
you know what I'm saying?
are designated to play different positions.
Yeah, because when
I know, but
when you
he,
6'2",
but the way he
6'3",
handles
you
the
know what
ball,
I'm saying?
Cooper Flag, whatever. I mean, Grant Hill, he was a decent ball handler, whatever. I think that Cooper's a little better in the general aspect because they can play the same position.
And
or
that's,
whatever.
and that's
what
where
I was saying.
And that's where I say that,
But I do see Grant Hill flashes in him.
Yeah, compared to back then when Grant Hill played and to what Cooper
Yeah.
Flag is
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
now, the talent has just gotten that much
It
greater.
has.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But you got to think about Successy was there too, so Grant had to play his role within the system. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Because if you didn't play
Oh,
his
yeah,
way, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. It was, yeah.
So
You riding the
I
bench.
guess when you really think about it and look at it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can kind of see it. Because once Grant got to the NBA,
He
he showed folks
what he
who
could do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who he was. You know what I'm saying?
he did.
So,
I love
yeah,
Grant Hill.
yeah.
So how you think Cooper Flag gonna do at the next level?
He gonna ball.
Ah,
Is he
He's gonna ball. He's gonna ball.
Is he gonna take time, or is he just gonna make an immediate impact?
I think
Depends
it's
on
gonna
what
take
team
a-
he go to.
It depends on what
Yeah,
team,
that's-
what role he has to play with, according to what team he goes
Yeah.
to. If they're looking for him to be that guy right out the gate or whatever, I can see that because the boy he's really good or whatever. But I still think that I mean, he got strength coaches and stuff like that. I think he has to get.
Oh,
For
yeah.
me, he has to get a little stronger.
Yeah.
A little stronger where he
But
be
he
able
ain't
to take.
weak, though. I ain't
No,
gonna
he's
lie.
not
No,
weak.
he's
but
not weak.
No, he's not weak. But I mean, he's.
You know what? The thing I like about Cooper Flag is, you got a lot of guys who built like him, strong as he is, are the same, but right
Soft as
here,
cotton.
right here,
They're
Soft
not
as
as they're
cotton.
not as
Yeah.
smart as he
Yeah.
is.
They're not
Yeah.
ball smart,
Cooper-
but
Cooper
they ain't
Flag-
got the- you gotta have a heart. I mean, people say you gotta have a heart to play football. You gotta have a heart to play basketball.
Yeah, you gotta
Cooper
have
Flag
for
got
both
a big
of them.
A on
Yeah.
his chest that says assassin.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think he's on. I'm gonna go ahead and say I could be wrong. I think he's gonna make an impact right out the gate.
Yeah, I think he is
Because that's
too.
the attitude that he has or whatever. He
Right.
has that. I'm not gonna hold back. I'm gonna go get it.
Yeah, because you got to think
Right.
about,
Go get it.
especially when you think about the teams who's going to be at the top of the draft list. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They
But-
need a Cooper Flag.
Right.
bad.
Right.
You know
But
what
we
I'm
all
saying?
know an NBA foul is different than a
And he
than
been
an NCAA
and you
foul.
know what?
I mean,
But
you get
this,
in the
this,
offseason-
this is an NBA foul. You know what
You
I'm
know what?
saying?
Yeah.
The
They
last
more
couple
physical
years-
in college than they are in the NBA.
Yeah, okay.
The
to a
last
certain extent.
couple of years, Cooper Flag been playing with NBA players in
Yeah.
the summer, in the
Yeah.
off season.
And you can
he
tell
played with NBA
the boy
players.
is good, man. I
Yeah.
come out. I said, man, this dude is good, man. He's really good, man.
But he got a twin brother that he's okay.
You
but
said
he ain't,
like
as-
this,
he
yeah.
ain't Cooper Flag.
But you
Right.
know, he may from a potential. If he keep
Play
at
at
it,
the University of Maine, I think.
yeah, if he keep at it, he possibly could be Cooper Flag. Another, you know. So, but Cooper Flag
You got to
is
get his
good.
heart up.
Yeah.
Right.
But I
Right.
seen Duke or whatever, their whole team. I'm like, man, they talking about Cooper Flag. This whole team can play.
Right.
This whole
Oh,
team
yeah.
can play, and they have no fear.
No fear.
They have no fear.
no
But
fear.
who's going? Which one of those players on Duke's squad? Which
going-
one's going to the league immediately?
Definitely that the
Definitely
Afro
Cooper.
kid,
Yeah.
the Afro kid or whatever.
Yeah, Proctor. Yeah,
Proctor,
Yeah,
he's
he go-
going.
And he's a junior, so he.
Yeah, he's going.
Yeah, he
If
got
he's,
one
if
more
he's
year.
got his degree already, I would.
Go ahead and enter the
I
draft.
would. Yeah. You know.
Think he need a little bit more development.
Well, hold on. No, I'm gonna take that
If he
back.
got his degree already,
Because
some of
one
those guys
one
get
thing
it in
about
3
it,
years.
you know what I'm saying, when you trying to translate the college game to the NBA game, there's certain things that you have to know and understand about the NBA
Right.
game
Yeah,
because it's different
yeah,
from college.
absolutely.
Right.
And which I think is kind of weird that they do it like that. You know what I'm saying?
well, you know, you
Because-
can't give all the trade secrets away.
I mean, but you're not. But when these kids get there to the NBA, this is why they not being able to make it because they're not getting.
They're not fundamentally
the
sound from a
sound.
collegial perspective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
But
you
you-
playing on
but you
a
look at
college
them guys
level is
on
different
Duke.
from that NBA.
It is. It is.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more playing a zone. A zone is different than NBA.
Right. Yeah, it is.
You
different.
can't sit your
More
big old
free
tail
lane.
in you can't sit your big old tail in the lane and just wait
Right,
for somebody
and
to
just-
drop. Yeah,
you know, you
got
can't
to
do
you got to
that.
go check
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah, but-
you
yeah,
got to
yeah,
be next to
one-on-one.
somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Right.
a zone, but you can't just you can't stand in the
Right.
middle. You got to be on that
Yeah.
outside of the blocks.
And you also
Right.
have versatility, you know,
Yeah.
to see switches and stuff like that. And it's the dynamics of the game when you come to the from
Definitely,
college to the
definitely.
pros.
Yeah.
The pros, you're not gonna be able to sit there. It ain't gonna because a guy go around you. You know, give
You
a
hit.
pass. You got to be able to read other. You know, you got to have the awareness.
The awareness
so to
gotta
speak.
be there, yeah.
Right. At a high level because these guys are coming down and you know, they cutting and they can switch. They running hollows or whatever. You got to know how to switch off and do all that. What I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, that's big. So I think they need to start developing these kids a little bit
Yeah.
better. That's why I say Flag. I think he's going to do good because he has those. You know,
He does,
He,
he
has
does.
all that.
He's got the whole package.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
And
does. I watch him play, and he's got the
Yeah,
whole
he
package.
does.
And he actually plays defense too. So I like that about
Yeah,
him. So
and
he's,
see the
he's
thing,
good.
and see the thing is that's what I mean about those don't come around all the time like him or whatever. He's fundamentally sound. He's athletic or whatever. He has heart, grit. He has vision.
He
or
got the whole
whatever.
package.
He got the whole
Yeah.
package or whatever. But some guys they be good, but they just be certain things that they be missing of the game or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
So
and you talk about going to the league. So my thing is, like I always put the example of Jason Shafino that played at IU. He played
Okay.
1 year,
okay.
Yeah.
and the Lakers drafted him.
Right.
And, you know, he went in the first round.
So she said, thanks for the invite. Lil
I'll be
James
there
and
in
guys.
June.
I'll be
Can't
there
wait
in
to meet you
June.
guys.
Can't wait to meet you.
All
We're
right.
Looking forward to seeing
Thank
you.
you. We're looking forward to seeing you. You know
Oh,
your
yeah.
stuff. All
Yeah.
good stuff you respond to.
But, you know, like Jason Spino, he went after his freshman year.
And didn't do nothing.
No, and he still ain't doing nothing. Have you heard from him? You know?
No.
He
He's done.
riding us.
But that's what I be saying about
Dallas
some of
bench.
these. Yeah, but that's what I be saying
think-
about a lot of these players. You know, when they start
Yeah.
talking about
You know
Bronny,
she like
you know
your
what I'm saying?
mother.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players that shouldn't even be in the NBA right now.
And Bronny's better than
A lot of these
a
guys.
lot of these guys.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I was saying, man. But if he got a season high 17, that could be a spark in his confidence or whatever. Because he talked
yeah.
about, they interviewed him. I like the kid for crying out loud. And I think he's only going to get tougher. He can't.
See,
look at his
what
dad.
happens
I
is,
think
y'all-
JJ Riddick got to give him a
Yeah.
little more minutes. You
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
not a lot of minutes,
Just a
but
little bit
just
more.
a little more minutes.
But-
because I saw a game a couple of weeks ago where Bronny scored 5 or 7 quick points in like 3 minutes. Then he took him out and
Yeah.
then put him in for mop-up duty at the end of the game.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
was in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, come
So
on.
the thing is, man, people kept doubting him. You know what I'm saying? Like he.
Yeah,
wasn't good.
yeah.
They gotta realize something. Who's that boy's daddy?
That's
Right.
what they got to
You know
realize.
what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what?
He's a ball player. Been doing it for years.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? He was just getting his feet wet. And
Look.
everybody do their little chip chatter. Cause see, this is when you
Look.
this is when you find out who your real fans and friends is.
Yeah,
Right.
Cause
yeah,
people
yeah.
sit there and chip
Exactly.
chatter about you,
Yeah.
but then when you're doing good, now they gotta eat that humble
I got
pie.
eat the honey
Right.
pie. Yeah.
They do.
But see, and that's
Yeah.
why I think that
He
Wes-
came out with a basketball in his hand.
Right.
You know?
But see, and that's what I say. You know, we don't know what kind of conversations that, his dad being Bron Senior, talked to him about. Because I know when I played ball or whatever, every team I got on, I wanted to just run and shoot the ball. I'm gunning people out and doing.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, you was a ball player?
Yeah, man, I was a bad man. I asked my wife. But but I'm
Who
just
you
saying
play
that sometimes LeBron, like I know everybody say, man, don't come here acting, don't come here and let the game come to you, man. Say, don't
that's
come
right,
here gunning
right.
and shit. But let the game come to you or whatever. You'll get your moments or whatever.
And that's what I was
truly
talking
think-
about.
Yeah.
He's learning the game. He's learning the NBA game.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe next year he can translate that to more minutes.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
yeah.
maybe
We-
even
yeah.
starting
Right.
a few games.
Now we know
you
he can do it.
Yeah.
But him getting 17, we know he can do it or whatever. I just hope he just stay within himself and keep like you said, keep gradually
Right.
progressing or whatever.
Yeah,
And it's
he-
going to
he
show.
The thing
slowly
is,
doing
I
it.
think where people misjudged him at is when he said that when,
Just
he
because
first, when he
he's
first got
LeBron's
drafted,
son.
when he first got
Yeah.
drafted, he was like, I could be more of a player like a role player like White for Boston and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
What people
yeah.
don't understand is y'all wasn't really paying attention to the mentality that this young man had.
Right.
Right.
Because if you look at it, White he's a big part of Boston's success.
Yes, he is.
He's not just
And
a
guess
role
what?
No,
player.
he's not. No,
Because
right.
when everybody else
All
is
right,
off, Brown them is
443.
off.
White comes through
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, he comes through for him. So when
Yeah.
you can't downplay any player about, what I'm saying, how what position they want to play when they first. He's
Yeah.
a young dude, man. He don't even think he barely 21 now.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you gotta understand, he's just trying to get his feet, but he ain't trying to come in and step on
And,
toes.
and
here,
that's what
step
White
on
did.
toes.
That's
And
what I
that's
was
what White
saying.
did.
Yeah,
White
White took
came
his
in,
time, man.
just took his time and
Let
showed
the
him,
game come to you. Yeah,
Man,
exactly.
I ain't got to show off and
I ain't got to
do all
show
this
off and
extra,
do all extra stuff, but that don't mean I can't play.
Yeah,
Boy,
his time came, and boy, he been lighting it up every
Man,
day.
I mean, he's waiting until he called. Bronny's gonna get a lot, some more minutes, whatever. He'll get a lot more
Oh, yeah.
looks or whatever. He just keep
Yeah.
on doing what he's doing, keep
Thanks for
developing,
watching.
keep listening to, like he said, keep listening to the people who he's learning from on the team that knows, like his dad being one, and the other guys. He said he's listening, and you can tell it's strengthening his game or whatever.
Yeah,
It's strengthening numbers,
he's
man.
getting his confidence.
He's
in,
getting
in
his
the
confidence,
game.
man.
Yeah, Thank you, Frank Woods. Thank you for subscribing, sir. Appreciate it. Oh yeah. So yeah, it was Cuz off Frank Woods. Oh, what's happening, Cuz?
All right.
Thanks for jumping in.
My foreman, you know.
Right.
Man, so man, we're gonna jump off of here just for a second because time is ticking, and boy, I mean it is ticking.
Yeah,
tonight.
it's
Yeah.
going by quick, ain't
We
it?
want to
I was on time today.
actually,
Shout
I
out.
got to give a shout out to our sponsor first, real quick. Sub-Zero Ice Cream. You know what I'm saying? 47 South Illinois Street. Come on down and sit with us. You know what I'm saying? Right here live with us.
That
If you
red
know-
blood last week was fire.
Man, I
Woo!
don't know if y'all tuned in last week,
Yeah,
but y'all
I
might
kinda
want to
missed
go
out.
back to
Yeah, it
last
was
week.
fire.
That red blood. Boy, come on down here and get y'all
Yeah.
some ice cream or something. You know what I'm saying? They got different little things going on in here, and it's good.
When
It's
ice
good.
cream is hot, you know it's fire.
Exactly. It's kind of hurt my feelings. I didn't get one. I was being, I don't need it right now. And I seen them. I'm like, wow.
I think the super producer was liking the ones who know how to be on time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. But I was on time today, fellas. I mean, I felt good about it, too. I felt good about it. Stop it with Bronny James. Take 17
and a
and
30-point
30-point loss.
It's not progress.
It's not progress, man.
It is a
I'll
progress.
give it.
It
It's
is
a progress,
progress.
No, it is a
because
progress.
He's
From-
learning
from
the
him-
game.
Yeah.
From him, from an
He's getting
individual
minutes.
standpoint, not as a team, or
Right,
him
not a team
individually or
sport,
whatever.
yeah. Because
You know?
everybody
Yeah.
keeps saying he couldn't play
Everybody said
with
he
the
couldn't
big
play.
boys, you know
No.
what I'm saying? But he got in there and doing his little threes, doing his
Yeah.
little shake and bake, taking boys
Yeah.
to the hole.
Yeah,
You know
that's
I'm
what we
saying?
talking about,
Yeah.
That's the
individuality.
confidence
He
that
broke Giannis' ankle.
Man,
Yeah.
he be breaking boys' ankles,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and that was against some good defense that he
Yeah.
was playing against.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for him to step in there and get 17, again, especially because, as a matter of fact, I think Lillard was guarding him too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let the boys know, hey, I'm coming.
Yeah,
Right.
he coming.
Please believe I'm coming.
I'm coming.
I might not be here this year.
I ain't my daddy, but I'm going to be there.
Boy, my little
Yeah.
brother coming behind me.
Yeah, yeah, and his brother real good.
Right.
Robert
Robert
Willis.
Thank you
All
for
right.
watching.
Thank you, Robin.
Rather about our audition.
Audition. Oh, okay.
Don't forget your audition.
Miss Willis, apparently you have an audition that the super producer is waiting on you to take
Right,
care
right,
of. So you
right.
need to get with the super producer and
Sooner
get this
than
out-
later.
Exactly, exactly,
Right,
exactly.
right.
But like I said, we want to give a shout out to George Foreman because I know you got to, you know what I'm saying, do your little thing real
Yeah.
quick. We want to give a shout out to George Foreman and his family, you know what I'm saying? Man,
Yeah.
condolences
Get a
go out to
moment of
y'all.
silence.
Yeah,
Man, 'cause
absolutely.
That hurt my feelings yesterday when,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I heard that. You know?
Yeah, I was shocked.
Man.
Was
My
a
wife
really good
texted me
fighter
that.
and a better, and
Yeah.
even a better person at heart, or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So
Y'all
shout-
ready?
my
Y'all
condolences
ready
to his
for
family.
Bo Nose?
Yeah.
Are we ready for Bolton Nose? Do y'all really want to hear what Bolton knows? I mean, do we really? We know he don't.
We
know
have to
women's
do it because it's
basketball,
part of the
but-
show.
Watch
So,
your
you
mouth
know,
now.
We know he don't know women's
Watch-
basketball.
watch
His
your
bracket
mouth
all
now.
messed up, and all for the men's basketball. He did
Right.
good on the
Yeah.
females.
Yeah, I did good on the female.
Yeah,
okay.
like I said, that's an easy one
Yeah.
right there. But you know,
Look
we
at
know
that.
he don't know.
Look at that
men's
percentage
basketball.
on the. Look at that percentage on the.
Come on, pretty good.
Come
We're
on.
gonna go ahead and let Bo do his thing. We're gonna see what he know. What history report you got for us today?
That's right.
Bo?
he-
Street facts. All right, all right. So y'all see that guy in that picture?
All right.
That's Tom Molino, a bare knuckles boxer, was born into slavery on March 23rd, 1784 in Virginia. According to some accounts, he spent his early years on a plantation owned by the Molino family, from whom he took his surname. At the time, plantation owners often organized matches between enslaved men as a form of entertainment. The masters often placed bets on the outcome, wagering money, goods, or other valuables on which fighter would win. Molino reportedly gained recognition for his fighting skills, and one legendary story claims he won his freedom and a sum of money after a victorious fight that earned his master a significant amount. Now that sum of money was supposed to be about $500, and the bet that was placed was $100,000. That's a lot of money back then.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Molino is the first black man to gain international recognition as a boxer. He soon found himself facing the reigning champion, Tom Cribb, in a highly anticipated match. Molino's first fight against Tom Cribb took place on December 18, 1810. Many, including Cribb, expected a quick victory, with bets favoring Cribb to win within 10 rounds. However, Molino proved to be a fierce and skilled fighter, exchanging relentless blows with his opponent. The fight took a controversial turn in the 19th round when a scuffle broke out, leaving Molino with an injured hand. Chaos followed, and some accused Cribb of exceeding the 30-second recovery time. Despite the disputes, Molino fought on, but was ultimately defeated in the 35th round.
Wow, how many rounds did they fight back then?
35th round.
But yeah, you know,
Yeah.
back then, you know,
Yeah,
they used
You
it's
just
very
fought to the,
novel.
you just fight to the
Yeah.
death or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just fight to the death?
Pretty much. You know what? I don't know. I just know they had 30 seconds in between. Now they get a minute now, don't they? In pro boxing.
I think so.
Yeah, they get a minute now. But anyway, the rematch between Molyneux and Cribb took place on September 28th, 1811. This time, Cribb knocked out Molyneux in the 11th round. Molyneux's life came to a tragic end on August 4th, 1818, when he died penniless in Galway, Ireland, at the age of 34.
Dang.
Here's something interesting, though. Tom Molyneux is a direct ancestor of American hip-hop artist LL Cool J.
What?
He's a
Ancestor. He's a-
direct ancestor of American hip-hop artist LL Cool J.
Yeah, I know.
He's
LL,
related to-
but LL used to be a boxer too,
Yeah.
though. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't remember that.
Right.
You know, LL used to throw them hands. That's why
Yeah.
they know. That's why everybody wants a battle rap with him instead of get on
Right.
them gloves.
Right.
Because he told Kool Moe Dee, yeah, you got a lot of mountain, brother. Go on, let's put these gloves
Yeah.
on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ain't want to do it. You know.
Now, and that is your fact. Tom Molyneux.
Oh, wow.
Right on, Bo.
That was a good one.
Bo be coming with
35 rounds. Hey,
Man.
they've gone 60.
And it's 3 minutes.
3 minutes between rounds? I mean, now, but what was it back then? I don't know.
Ain't no telling, man.
Yeah.
You know, you was back there with Jesus, man. You should be able to tell us all kind of history, man.
I would.
He be coming up with some interesting ones, so I give him that.
I could have swore I seen you.
Bro, see, I was
could have
sitting
swore I seen a picture of you at the Last Supper, dog.
I
You
was
sitting
there.
chilling.
I was there, but I was thinking about eating. I wasn't thinking about boxing. Come on, man.
He was standing beside Moses when he
No,
parted the
he
Red
was
Sea
with
or whatever,
Moses.
you know?
You was with Moses at
With
the
the
burning
beard.
bush, wasn't you?
I was burning some tweeds, dog.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, y'all do some silly, man. But real quick before we, you know what I'm saying, pretty much get up out of here. We ain't got that much time left. I just want to, you know.
So who'd you pick to go all the way? Men and women.
I got Auburn for the men. Ah, man. I got USC for the girls.
Auburn
Because I got them beating
Who you
UCLA
got,
in
Lil Jay?
the finals.
I got Auburn too. What have I said? I think we said something about Auburn in, last week. Yeah, I got Auburn gonna win it.
Yeah. What about the women?
You know, I'm gonna go with my gold and blue through and through. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame.
Okay, that's a good choice. Good choice.
They got some,
Me,
heat to
I
go
can't pick between the men's because mine's already dead. You know? mine had a tragic accident.
Yeah,
You know?
But in other words,
My
to
sheep
that,
had a tragic accident.
but
so
in reference to that, though, who do you
Who
say
do I
from the-
think?
Who do you think? Yeah,
it's between Auburn and Duke.
Auburn and Duke.
Yeah, I can see them matching up for the title.
They keep leaving Florida out.
I think Duke.
I'm
ain't
gonna
think
be
Duke
honest,
ain't
y'all.
gonna- I think Florida.
Florida was actually
Yeah.
the choice I wanted to
Uh-huh.
make. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they match up well with Duke.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They match up well with Auburn.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just hard to say. So I just went on and said, you know,
Yeah.
Auburn. I'm just gonna go Auburn. They've been balling
I'ma
the
say
whole
Auburn
year.
myself.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be nice though. That's all I can
So
say.
on the women's side, I'm going with South Carolina all day.
I wanted to say.
I
South
mean, I would love to
Carolina,
see
but-
Notre Dame win it, but I'm going with South Carolina.
I mean, that's a respectful. I mean, I respect your opinion, but yeah, that's. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't say nothing because they are. I would be happy to see either one of those
Man, y'all
teams win
should-
or whatever.
Well, I
What's,
guess
Of course, my gold and blue.
yeah.
What's South Carolina's coach name?
Don Staley?
Don Staley. Man, look here. Y'all should have seen him when she was in college.
Oh yeah, Don was a hooper. That's why,
Oh.
man, that's why them young girls be getting that mentality from because she was a
Oh,
hooper.
she-
She ain't
Killer.
one of them coaches, you
From
know what I'm saying?
Virginia?
You
Oh,
a young,
yeah.
you a
She
young
was-
buck and you want to say, well, coach, you ain't doing it like you trying to tell me to
Man,
do it.
look here.
And she
I
gonna
might
pull them
sue her.
tapes
I
out.
remember-
She
I
pull them
remember
resume,
seeing
them
her
tapes, boy, man, lay
in
that
college.
resume out there, boy, you gonna be like, oh, my bad, coach.
She might even say, "What you say? I'm gonna suit up
Yeah,
real quick.
she
I'm
probably
gonna
still
spiral
boop on
a bit."
you.
Yeah,
Boy.
I
scrimmage
remember
was solid.
seeing her in college. So,
Man,
yeah,
Don Staley
she was
used
a
to
baller.
hoop. Even in WNBA, her and Cheryl Swoops them was out there tearing boys' heads. Boy, come on now.
All right.
Man. But I want to jump on these standings real quick before we get up out of here because
All right.
it is kind of ugly with the NBA.
Oh, you talking about
Oklahoma's
yeah.
still doing good. Houston then jumped up to number 2 in the West.
Yeah.
Really?
That was shocking to me.
Whoa, I didn't know
But remember
that.
we was having that. I said, y'all cannot
Yeah.
knock Houston. Houston got them young
Yeah,
boys.
they got some
can-
thoroughballs.
Thoroughbreds, boy. They
do.
been balling.
They
You
do.
know what I'm saying?
Jalen
But you know, it's so-
Green
it's just so
Amir
tight up there, though.
Thompson.
Yeah.
Amen Thompson.
But
I mean,
Them
you
young
know,
boys.
honestly,
I'm just proud of the Lakers because they didn't fall all the way off like I thought they was getting ready to.
Right.
Man, because they was scaring me there for a
They
minute.
should have won last night.
Yeah, well,
But
LeBron
yeah.
shouldn't have played last night.
He sure should.
He threw their chemistry off right there. You know what I'm saying? He should have stayed
But you
back.
had to. You had.
But Memphis
You
didn't
know
drop
what?
down.
They shouldn't
but
have played against Milwaukee.
That's the
they
scary
should've
part
played
right
against a
there.
lesser team.
6 and 7.
Who?
yes, yeah, that's
6
what
and 7 because Curry hurt right now.
Right.
Yeah, Curry, yeah, he
And,
got hurt.
and,
Yeah.
and
How long he gonna be out?
Oh,
Yeah,
they don't
is it
know.
day-to-day?
It's day to day right now. And
I don't think it's as bad as people think it is, but it's just, I hope not.
And Harden and Kawhi is balling.
Yeah, they are.
You getting that old Kawhi when they won in Toronto. You know what I'm saying?
Or-
that's how
or
he's
San
playing right
Antonio.
now. Yeah, that's how he's playing right now. So the Clippers is looking good. And they only one game behind them. So
I know,
Right.
but see, you know, you talking 2 to 3, it's a few games out of third
Yeah,
place or second
yeah.
place. Teams got to keep winning is what's happening. They
thing
got to
is,
keep winning.
that's
You
the
can't
catch.
afford to
You got to
lose.
keep winning.
Yeah.
And Golden State gonna have to keep winning, bro.
I know with the absence of Curry.
Man, yeah, with that absence of Curry, because
You think they can do it?
Yeah, but
They got a
I
decent-
would,
They
I
got
would say,
Jonathan Kuminga back,
yeah,
so
I would,
that helps.
yeah, I would say no if Jimmy Butler's wasn't there though. Jimmy Butler
Yeah.
knows how to control the floor too as well. They got Draymond there. They got Kuminga back. They'll be all right.
oh, and shoot, Minnesota right there, a game behind them too.
Yeah.
They 41 and 31. Yeah, so that's.
I
that's
mean, it's
pretty-
tight in the
it's
West,
tight,
man.
tight.
It's tight in
It
the West.
is.
That's
What
what I
about
was
the
going
East?
to say.
Oh, the East is Gucci, man.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm saying? Cleveland's still at the top. You know what I'm saying? Boston, New York, which is New York is going to end up falling because Jalen got Jalen Brunson. All they've been doing
They
is
won
losing.
last
Yeah.
night though.
Man, they got a lucky one last night, but everybody else been tearing their heads off.
Yeah.
You know, you got the Pacers at 4, which I'm shocked of. Let's go Pacers.
Let's
You
Hey,
know
I know
what?
that's bad.
They
That's
make
bad.
me so mad, man, because they on like a 3-game winning streak. Is it 3
I
games?
think it's 3 games, yeah.
Yeah, 3-game winning streak, and they come from behind to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
come
the
on, you
weird
can't
stuff.
keep doing
Can't
that.
keep doing that. But I'm going to tell you something else, though, in reference to that. The Pacers is the threat. I think the Pacers is probably the dangerous team in the East right now because they're capable of
Ain't
winning.
nobody saying
They
anything
capable,
about
and
them.
playoff saying
Yeah.
they're capable of winning
Yeah.
any of the first. They're capable of beating any of those teams,
Any
top
of
3 or whatever. They in a good position right now. They ain't got nothing to lose.
But I'm going to tell you the scariest team in the East,
Cleveland.
Detroit.
Yep.
Detroit.
Yep.
Them boys is on a mission. They
Yeah.
couldn't win a game last year, boy.
Yeah.
They was so sad.
They on a-
last year.
yeah.
Everybody
were.
They turned it around.
Man, come on.
Yeah,
they
they
6
were.
right
6.
now.
Yeah.
6.
32.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Them boys is balling right
Who's in
now.
the 7th spot at what?
Atlanta. You got Atlanta, Orlando, Chicago, and then Miami.
What's Atlanta's record?
Atlanta, they are 34 and 36.
And Detroit's 40?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they way behind.
Yeah, they behind. Everybody else is behind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they gonna take that 6th spot long as
Yeah.
they keep winning. They Gucci. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And honestly, if they keep winning like they wanted, then Milwaukee messing around and lose. They messing around and had a 5th seed because they only actually Pacers and Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Man,
they
Pacers.
tied.
I'm gonna be honest. New York Pacers and Milwaukee better watch out because Detroit can mess around and jump up above them.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
so
Easily right
easy-
now.
easy, yeah.
Easy right now.
Yeah.
And get them a nice little home court, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
playoff game going, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Boy,
And they only won
watch
a
out
game
for
behind
Detroit.
the Pacers.
That's what I'm saying. Watch out, boy. Quit playing with them Detroit boys, them Pistons.
I mean, Cleveland and Boston is just pulling away from everybody.
yeah,
right
I just seen that. I don't understand that.
now. Boston is for sale.
Why would you
Brother got
sell
it. I wish
the
we
Boston
did.
Celtics?
They're up for
Why would
sale.
I get for sale?
Man, just throw me a couple of, you know what I'm saying, billions real quick. You know, we can team up. I got that.
Right.
business.
Right. Let's,
We
let's
gonna-
put our money together.
Yeah,
and
we gonna
buy.
go and go there.
All we need is a 10th of a percent.
How do you sell a
and
team
we can be
that
set for
just
life?
won you a championship?
Yeah.
And on the verge of possibly winning
And
you another
another.
And
championship.
you got them up for sale.
And you got them up for sale.
Somebody gonna
Right.
buy them, man. I'm telling you.
Come on. Who
Quick
wouldn't?
too. I bet
So
they
is it
won't
in
be
the
on about
Arbach family, or is another somebody else bought them from the Arbach?
I
Red
think they
Arbach.
still.
Because he owned them for ever and a day.
Yeah, I think somebody else got him now. I'm not totally for.
Why would you give them up, though? I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I am not for sure who is.
Yeah.
Seattle.
Who?
Seattle.
Seattle?
He said Seattle.
Seattle what?
Oh man,
Seattle needs to buy Boston.
That would hurt a lot of people's feelings.
Man.
But you know what I hate about something like that, though? It was just because I was just watching a thing about Gary Payton the other day, and he was saying, because they was asking him about his jersey. They was like, Oklahoma wants to retire his number 22 jersey or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, because I ain't never been no Oklahoma Thunder. Why you want to retire my jersey and I ain't never played a game
Right.
in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I played for the people of Seattle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
if
that's
I'm
a
going
good
to retire
point.
my jersey, it's going to
You
be
can
for
be
the people of
Seattle.
Seattle who paid to come and see me play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what my loyalty is right there.
Right.
I'm not getting ready to go to Oklahoma and let them
And
retire
never
my
play.
jersey. Yeah, and never play for y'all.
Right.
But Seattle
you know what I'm
Celtics,
saying?
that don't sound bad. Seattle
That's
Celtics.
a bad move.
But then you taking the legacy of the Boston Celtics away, though.
Yeah, you are.
That's a lot of history there.
Yeah.
A lot of history there.
Yeah.
I don't think Adam Silver, well, is it
I don't
Adam-
think it'd be a
I don't
Adam
think,
Silver?
Yeah, I don't think he'll let them be able to take it away out of Boston, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It'd be, yeah, he's not going to let him take it out of Boston.
Boston Basketball Partners. So it's like a conglomerate or something like that. Wick,
Grosbeck,
Gross-
whatever.
Grossback.
Yeah, people
Grosbeck.
probably-
Yeah, some weird dude.
Yeah,
is
he
there.
probably won't. It's probably going to have to remain in Boston.
Yeah, it's got to remain in
So
Boston.
they're not going to stick that. I mean, they're going to have to
Yeah.
have a team. You know what I'm saying? So
You're not going to take Boston off of
right
there.
now, for it take Boston out of Boston. You know
So
what
you
I'm
know
saying?
you buy it, you better stay
You
in
better
Boston.
go buy you a mansion in
Right.
Boston because it's what's going to be.
Where it's cold at.
Where it's going.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what a show, what a show. Like I said, he better be out there winning.
Yeah,
You
because
better
we're going
be
to
out
talk
there
bad about you if you don't.
Boy, Troll, you
Troll,
better be out there,
King.
boy. You better be, cause we gonna troll you if you ain't out there
Sonic's
with it.
Nate,
Sean
you
Kemp,
know, coach.
come on, man. That would be, oh my God. That would be so fire, though.
Yeah,
You
it
know
would be
what I'm
nice.
saying?
It would be nice.
All three of them played for, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
Seattle back then on the team
Oh,
together.
do you remember
Come
when
on.
Nate McMillan was
Come
balling?
on.
Oh,
Nate McMillan, yeah.
man.
Man, that would be crazy.
That would be crazy. Yeah, it would be.
Boy, I like the way you think.
Yeah.
You
Right.
definitely got to come to the show when you
Right.
come.
And we
I
definitely
like the way
sit
you
back and
think.
watch all of it unfold because it's going to fold quick or whatever. If they're trying to sell them, somebody going to be gunning at them pretty soon to get them. I mean, they must buy team if that's the case. you know?
Man, for sure, for sure. Well, I think we got to get up out of here, fellas. I really
Yeah.
think this time we got to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
What-
Shots.
what's one more.
Well, while you're pulling it up, shouts out to our super producer. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for giving us this opportunity. Well, give us a team. We are desperate
Seattle.
before Vegas.
Before Vegas.
Oh.
Give
You
us
know
a
all
kid.
that money's out in Vegas, though, boy. That's what everybody keep trying to get out there. Them gambling and all that.
Yeah.
Put some casinos out there in
Yeah.
Seattle.
Eh,
telling
Well,
you.
you know what? If they put an NBA team out in Seattle, out in Vegas, you know, it's going to be corrupt. It's going to be so corrupt because the NBA used to be corrupt when they had Kennedy. What's his name? Kennedy. I forgot his first name, but back in the 70s, and
70s,
80s,
yeah.
it was definitely corrupt then.
Yeah, yeah,
Before
yeah.
David Stern.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, it'll be
And I-
interesting to see how it all unfolds, what they do with the team, whether it stays in Boston. We know it's going to stay in Boston. I mean, that much history, you just can't take the Madison Square Garden out of Boston. You know what I'm saying?
I hate it when they took the Sonics out of Seattle anyway. Cause
Yeah,
Levine
that
is
was
from
crazy, too.
Seattle. Zach
Yeah.
Levine is from Seattle. Oh, okay.
He probably would definitely want to go home and play. I know I
Yeah.
would. Go home and play for my home team. I would do it. I would do it. I would do it.
Yeah.
But
You know, a lot of guys go play for their home team at the end of their career.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. But once again, shout out to Sub-Zero, 47 South Illinois Street. Come down, check us out, hang out with us. You know what I'm saying? Brandon
Roy.
Debbie's class.
You know,
That'd be fun.
you know, Brandon Roy was a high school coach of the
Yeah.
year a couple of times and
Yeah.
took his team all the way to the national championship.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's true. Facts,
Yeah.
facts. Bo know a little
Yeah.
bit. Bo know a little bit.
Yeah, I know a little bit.
Just a little bit.
No.
Jeez, the
Like
Taylor.
that, like that.
His knowledge is about as long as his chin hairs. You know what I'm saying? Jeez, a little bit.
And also shouts out to my wife shop, Nails by Veronica, up at 6240 Kaufman Road.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, it's 49.
Well, you
trying
know,
to help him
that
out.
was close enough.
We was trying to help him out.
6249. That was close enough.
Yeah, we be having too much fun on here.
Yeah.
Check it out. There it is up
There
on
it
the
is right
screen,
there,
right, on
yeah.
the screen right there. Go check her out.
Ladies,
you know what
come
I'm saying?
check her out.
She does her business. Hell, I'm telling you, make you look good.
All right.
Anything for you,
I
Bo?
need to get my nails done.
You do? Hey, but I ain't gonna lie, me and moms wouldn't got our feet done, boy.
By Veronica?
No. We
Well, unfortunately, she don't do men's.
nah.
Nothing.
Do what?
No, she don't want to see my feet anyway.
You don't
All right,
do feet?
that right.
See, yeah, well, see, we wouldn't got our feet. We wouldn't sport ourselves. You know,
Right. Where?
it was son and mother-in-law day. You know
Oh,
what I'm
well,
saying?
that's good.
Son-in-law, mother-in-law day. You know, we
That was
wouldn't
nice.
kicked it. You know what I'm saying? We got our little feet done.
Where'd you go?
This little spot up here off of 62nd Street. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, but she said cuz said she don't do feet, so I got pretty feet though, cuz, you know what I'm saying?
No.
I got them pretty feet.
No.
You too, Debbie. You have a great week as well.
Definitely.
I'll be the first to say my feet are ugly.
Oh,
Yeah. True that.
Yeah.
Bo knows.
well they say when you look at a person's face, you can tell what they feet
Don't
look
try
like.
it. Don't try it. Oh, you okay. All right. I give you that one. I give you that one.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a really
I
great
give you
show.
that.
We had fun
boy,
today.
definitely.
Yeah.
That was some shots out I really wanted to give
Yeah.
out, man. You got me
Boy,
laughing and being
look
silly.
here.
Yeah.
I can't
Boy,
get
you
them all
feeling
out.
good this week, ain't you? You feeling real good this week. You know, okay.
I got two.
Shots are on.
Oh,
Shots been
are-
fired.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
My bracket is
he's
doing-
been fine, bet you all
My
day.
bracket is doing good, man. I've been
It
telling
is.
y'all who's. Look here, y'all gonna know who the man. Once
I
this is
mean,
over
but
with.
Bo knows his girls bracket.
I told you, girls is the
easiest.
easiest one. No, ain't no Cinderellas in girls basketball.
No, not really.
You know what I'm saying? When you got to the boys' side, what happened? This whole thing is just gone.
Right.
Girls is easy to pick.
Fans only feet, $2.
Fans only feet.
She said fans only can get their feet done for $2.
Man, for sure. I got pretty feet though, y'all. I'm gonna have to,
We'll need to see them.
you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come in here with my slides one day and show my feet.
Yeah, mine a little rough, you know what I'm saying?
Man, that's TMI. That's TMI.
Oh man.
That's
We
cold. He
gonna-
said that's cold.
Get on him, brother. That's my brother.
So, all right, so, Bo, he was-
Do we got feet like you too? I'm sorry, bro. I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing.
he don't want to date.
No, but
Hey, man.
nobody have feet like me.
Hey man, y'all know
Don't
what,
nobody have feet
It's
like
not
me
me
in the
this
family.
time. It's him.
hey man, you know when they tell you to go to sleep because you tired because you acting silly.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I need some sleep, y'all. I'm sorry. Look at these eyes. I got some pretty little eyes, but they look so heavy right now. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired.
Pretty little eyes.
Pretty
Everything
eyes.
pretty about you, but everything about somebody else is just the worst.
Ain't
Oh man, look at the shine. I shines, bro.
looking like a lunar eclipse and carrying out.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
You know,
Great show,
I
man.
can't help it because my mama saved the best for last.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Let me get
All right.
my little leprechaun beard off of here.
Yeah, my brother.
Bro, I said I was,
said,
I was
watch
just
your
playing, bro. I was just playing.
Hey, take one of them holes off. Put it down to 3.
Anyway, man, thank y'all for tuning in. We see y'all next week. Hit the subscribe button. Keep watching. Love y'all. Appreciate all the support.
Till the next time.
To the next time. Weirdos pay to see feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Please welcome
Bo, Reggie, Smooth, Little James. Sports Spot, Sports Spot, Sports Spot, Sports Spot.
ladies Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Please welcome
Bo, Reggie, Smooth, Little James. Sports Spot, Sports Spot, Sports